everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing good. So this is our day three or third session of our learning JSON, basically trying to become a master in handling JSON data. So far, we have learned on basic understanding about what is JSON and the structure of JSON, what what or why the JSON is so important in it can be UiPath or it can be in any other automation tool or any per se any other tools as well. And a sample or a simple problem statement where we are going to get the name, age, and skill from a small or not very complicated, a small JSON file. So we have all done this in our day one of our session. And in our day two session, we talked about the different types of activities which are available in UiPath for JSON. So one is the deserialization JSON, another one is deserialization JSON array. Basically, what we learned is when to use what. That is the most important topic, and one must know what activity should be used at what particular time or what particular scenario, right? So I hope you have gone through that session. If not, please do go through that. It would be a really helpful content for you or informative session for you. Now, in this session, we're going to talk about the next topic related to JSON is how to perform the data, fetching the data or passing these data using select token method. And then we're going to also understand uh, select tokens S, ending with S. That also we're going to understand what exactly the activity does. Also, the difference between select token and select tokens. Okay. Now, like usual, at the end, we're gonna have one complex problem statement. We will work together and solve that problem. Okay. Now, before we go into technical aspect of it or get started with the agenda, a request for you is that if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do go and do that. It's gonna be uh, a really helpful for me and to those people who are actually searching for these kind of content and hoping that these kind of content reaches to those people who are looking for it. Now, without any ado, let's get started. Our next topic is select token. Okay, so if you again recall in our previous session, I talked about three things. One is the output of deserialization variable is JSON object. Wait, just a second. JSON object. And the second one is the J token. And third one would be the J array, right? Now, all these are derived from Newtonsoft.Json.Linq. Basically, JSON object, the data type would be Newtonsoft.Json.Linq.json object. Or if I talk about JSON token, it would be Newtonsoft.Json.Linq.json token, and so and so forth. Now, what I'm gonna talk about a topic called select token. This is very important point or important method that is widely used in our JSON or when you perform a when you work with JSON data. So this is a method available in Newtonsoft.Json.Linq. Okay. Now, why this came into picture? So if you have seen my previous session where I have talked about how to get the data, right? So let me show you. Go back to Notepad. Assume this is my simple data. If let me zoom in. So, yes. Okay. Now, if you could see, this is very simple JSON file, right? I have employee with which contains two things, name and age. And what did I mention in my previous session? If I go back to name, now you see here, to get the name, I used to write it in J object of employee of name, right? Now there is I'll just copy and paste this, and let me zoom in up here. Now, if you could see, this can also be written in using select token. And how do we do that as, let me write here, select token and an open bracket and then double quotes. Okay. Now we are not done yet. We need to remove the braces or the e- open bracket and everything. Now, for select token, the syntax is, if I go back to PPT, it's J object, JSON object dot select, and then you have to provide your the node details. So that's what I'm giving. Node 1 and subnode. Basically, this is main key and then subkey separated by dot. Remember this dot, okay? So this is very crucial when you deal with the uh, select token. Now, if I run this, both of them should give me the same results. Let's see. Yeah, see, I am getting the same names. So, uh, you in case, I mean, to get the name of a person, you can also go with this, or you can also go with the select token. Now, you may wonder, or you may get a question of why we have two things when they both gives us the same results. That's where things, a couple of information comes into picture. So here I have mentioned, if you could see, that this select token allows you to access deeply nested value. Now, you may have a question again on what is this deeply nested value. I'll explain that to you. Uh, Next slide, the one that I'm going to share, will have a difference between the subkey and key subkey versus select token. I'm going to refer this type of syntax as key subkey, and this is a subtoken, okay, for easy to understand. Now, this let me zoom in this PPT a bit more. Okay, so first and foremost is the syntax of it. Now, the syntax is, as you could see in the code also, it is readable, right? And it is a basic syntax, right? But the select token, it's more flexible for deep paths. What is deep paths? I'll explain again. This deep paths, and in our previous session, I talked about deep nested value, right? Both are same. I'll explain that. Now, nesting, the point comes into picture. This gets messy. The key subkey gets messy when you have multiple levels. You, uh, if you could see, I'll show you an example. Mm, just a second. Now, this is my one of the complicated JSON file which we're gonna solve at the end. But if you could see here, these are deeply nested, right? If you want a name of a department, it comes under departments, and this department comes under organization. And if you want a team name comes under teams, and this team basically under department, and this department under organization. So this is called a levels, right? Now, here in this particular scenario, when you go with the first option of key and subkey, you're gonna end up with messy in I mean, basically you're gonna write it right away, in which it keeps you keep appending, or you keep adding flower bracket, sorry, bracket, open bracket, close bracket, so on and so forth, right? So it gets messy, and you may miss out also while when you deal with deeply nested data. Okay, so that's where this select token comes. Now, if I go back, now as you could see that the select token will only differentiate between two nodes by dot, right? So this is going to be very easy to write also, and it will be very easy for the person who reads it as well. So whenever when you deal with the nesting part of it, whenever you have a JSON that has a nested information, it's always recommended to go with select token. Now, this is my favorite one when array part of it, array support of it. With key subkey, it's going to be very hard to access the element. Why? Whereas the select token, it supports indexing. So in a path itself, it supports an index. I'll explain this. There are wild characters that I'm gonna talk about. That time I'll cover this also. Now, when to use which one? When you have a simple structure, right? Simple JSON structure, go with this key and subkey. That's okay. But when you have complicated different levels of nested structure, always go with the select token. So this is the list of the differences that I could gather and consolidate them. But if you have any further information or further differences that you could think of, do write it in a comment so that we all get to see and learn from it. Yeah. Now, I have talked about select tokens and I have showed you how to use it as well. Now, I will tell you one more thing. Let me close or remove that. We'll just type select token. Now you see here there are two things, right? So one may ask that what is this two things that is available? Did UiPath created two things by mistake, or it's just it works both? I mean, both of them work same. So the answer to that question is very simple. Both of them have different functionalities. Firstly, I have created a simple structure table which explains what it does. Okay, so the select token, it's a thing. It what basically it does is that when you use this particular method, it will return a first matching token. Basically, only one J token it gets. You will get as an output. But select tokens, what it does, it returns collection of data. Basically, returns all the matching tokens for that in that particular path. Okay, especially useful with the wild characters. I'll explain this. The next topic is wild characters. Now, let me go to the topic of one example I have given over here on how to use with the tokens, select tokens and select tokens. Let's open our XAML file called select token. Yeah. Now let me take out quickly the read range activity and everything. Sorry, read text files. Which is the file that has, yeah, this is the file that has multiple names, right? So I can take, this would be better for our explanation. So I'm gonna take JSON number 6. Sorry. Okay, now let me write output as JSON string. Now I'll take I'm sorry, let me go back. We need deserialization JSON. Why I'm choosing deserialization? Look at the first one. First is always a bracket, sorry, flower bracket. So I'm gonna choose deserialized JSON. So JSON, and this is output is JSON object. Done. Now, right line. I want to get, let's say, let me go back. I have, if you see here, let me zoom in. I have employee. Employee has different, basically it's an array. It contains different objects. First object is contain name John and age, name Jane and age, name Jim and age, right? So let's say I want to get name of Jane. Only one record I need. Then I'll use JSON object dot select token. Remember, I need only one record, not all the record. So let me go back. Is it employees or employees? Employee, yeah. It's employees. So employees dot name. But I cannot write it in this way because this is an array, right? So I need second name. Basically, in array, uh, this is zero, this is first index, this is second index. And then I can write it as toString. Now this will give me name as Jane. Let's see. Yeah, the name Jane has been printed out. Now I need what? I need to use select tokens, right? So let's write as select tokens. But instead of first one single name, I need to print all the names. So to do that, what I need to do is I'm gonna take for each and I'll paste whatever I just copied, which is nothing but this information. JSON object of select employee. Instead of one, I just kept a star. Star is asterisk, right? Now I'm gonna push this over here. I'll just print current J token dot toString. Now let's see what the result we get. Now if you see here, just ignore this. This is first line of select token output. These three are the result that we got. So basically what I mentioned is I need all the name. Uh, basically I need all the names from employee array object is what I mentioned over here. And I received the data in like this. Now, I hope this is clear for you. If you have any questions regarding select tokens or select tokens, just write a comment. I'll help you out. Okay. Now, the next topic I'm jumping is to wild characters. I'll explain all these things. I have a couple of slides mentioned on each of them, given sample examples, and I have explained individually all of them. This I'm just gonna read it as is so that you are aware about all of them. So the first one is the asterisk or the star symbol. Now here, what it means is that it is any name or index. Okay, remember this. It can have it can be a name or a index. Okay, so for example, that one that you just saw is employees dot name. Now double dot. The double dot is nothing but it's a recursive descendant. Search all levels. I mean, if you mention dot dot age, it would go all the level up until age. Okay, it will pick up from all the JSON data that you have. It will get all the names that are present, or sorry, all the age that are present. In here, I have given example of name, right? All the name that are present in the JSON. Now key. Now this one is used whenever you have a spaces in between in your JSON. So for example, you have a is here employee info. There is a space, right? How do you combine them, tell your process or the token select tokens that this is one key, one word using this symbol, the square bracket open, one single quote, your keyword or key name, and then single quote close the bracket or square bracket. Next thing is indexing. It always starts with zero. Okay, remember that. If you want zero, I mean, as in all our array, it's begins with zero itself. So first row always is the zeroth element, and so on and so forth. Now this one is start and end. I did mention here not supported at in all context of UiPath. So this entire PPT was prepared back in 2020, sorry 2022, yeah, I guess. So at that particular time we were having that kind of a problem where it was not supporting. I think now, as you could see, as we are growing a lot in UiPath, and the tool is also becoming more and more intelligent, I think this may have increased a bit, or in the case where it starts supporting or it is now supporting, if I'm not wrong. I do have an example. I never tried it, so we'll try it together. Okay. Now, first one is the wild character or wild card of star. Now here, let's get to the UiPath. This is the data that we have, right? The employee name, which we already done it right now, right? So this is the we have done this already, employee star name, and we have printed the name. So I think we can skip this one and we can move for next the wildcards available, which is recursive. This is very interesting. So let me take out this one. I think I already have the notepad ready. Yeah, this is my file. So let's reassign this file. Okay, seventh one. And now let me, okay, let me comment this out for now. Don't want that. Over here, what we can do is remove everything and do the double dot name. Okay. So I'll show the the notepad again. Zoom in. Now, what the JSON I have is company. Under company, there is an employees list, and that employee list or array, whatever you can name it. Now, inside that, you have object one details, object two details. That object also has inside name separately. So it has multiple levels, as you could see. Now, what I did, I just gave two dots and then name. So let's see what we get as an output. See, John and Jane we got. That means it traversed through all the nodes and it gave me all the names that are available. So this is what very interesting and what I love about select tokens or select token method. It actually traverses through the depth of it without you have to provide all of them, all the nodes. Next, if I go to PPT, which is here, right. Next is property naming, right. I have this example available in here. Yeah, this one. Now, you see here, I have a space right over here, employee information. Now, when I try to use that, I would be ending up with problem or an error. How do I solve this? Right. So to handle such kind of JSON data, what you need to do is it's very simple again. You just have to remember this basic things from UiPath. Let me just copy this entire thing, employee info, and paste it over here. Single quote, close the square brackets. Now, if I run this, it should actually give me the name. Object reference not set to end. Oh, my bad. I need to set to JSON data 8, right? So the file is 8. Let's do that. Now let's run this. Now see, I got the name as John. John is the name that we wanted. So always remember, whenever you see there is a space, right, in between, you should always make sure that you provide a open square bracket code and then provide your key name, which is basically node name, and then close the quote and then close the bracket. Next, array indexing. So I think I already explained earlier, but that's okay. Let me do that again. Let me take out the example of say this one, seventh file. And in here, instead of, I'll go back to that seventh file. Not right. So yeah, let's go back to seventh file. And yes, let's write down these informations. First is company, take up company, okay, dot, and then comes employees. Make sure you provide your uh, array indexing and then that's it. Now let's try and run this. Object reference, did I give 7th file? Company dot employees of 0. Oh, my bad. That's true. Whatever it was throwing error is actually true because it has 3 levels, right? Now, details dot name. Now, let's run this. See, we got the answer. If I just change this to 1 instead of 0, I should get Jane as a name. Let's see. Yep. So you got the concept. I hope you got the concept now. I'll move on to the next, another interesting point. Okay. So this is the one that I did not try. I think even the PPT also which I have prepared, right? It was goes back to or dates back to long back. So let's open our notepad. This is the data that I have. I want to try this with you guys because I never tried this as well. Uh, because of the statement that it was back in 2022. So let's try it out. As per the syntax, it should be like, let me go back, and it should be select tokens, and then this is numbers, right? Let's do number, and then square bracket open, square bracket close, 1 is to 4. So if I run this, but before that, I do have to do one more thing. Let's enable the soft because it's a select tokens, right? Meaning that I'm gonna get it in a array. Basically not array, but collection of data. So I should always loop them so that I can print them. Now let's run this and see. Okay, something has happened where I'm not able to see the result here. It started and it ended. Did I miss out anything? Okay, let's see. This is ninth file. Okay, JSON ninth file. And this is the output that is also right. Oh, I got it. I misplaced the naming. This is numbers, right? So numbers. Now we should be good. So if I go back to Notepad, now here, just observe closely. What did I say? I need to get it the data from first is first to fourth, right? That means this is an array. Now this is zeroth element, first, second, third, and fourth, right? So theoretically, or even if anyone who are aware about array, if you say that you want to get it from one, index 1 to 4, you probably meant that you need to get the data up until here. But in select token, it acts a bit different. Okay. So whenever you provide starting and ending positions, right? The starting position you will get it, which is now see I got 20th, but I did not get 50 as an ending point. So it's always the ending point is always -1. Okay, in the sense it will stop at 40. If I have a index say 60 and 70, 80, something like this, then and if I say that what is this, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if I say I need from 1 to 6, it would stop at 60. It won't give me 70 as a value. Okay, just remember this point, and it is I understand it's gonna be quite contradicting as of array concept that we know, but it just this concept it may looks bizarre to you, but just remember this is the concept that we have with the select tokens. Okay. Now, moving on. Uh, we have covered so far the, let me go back and recall what and all we covered so far. We talked about the select tokens, select token as well, the two methods that we have, select token and select tokens, and what kind of what and all the differences between the key subkey versus select tokens, and then what and all wild characters or wild cards we have in for which supports select tokens or select token. And then we went through individually, try to understand all of the wildcards available in the JSON for select tokens or select token. Okay. Now, I hope this is clear for you. If you have, again, if you have any questions regarding any of these topics that I've covered so far, do not hesitate to write a comment. I would surely respond to you. Now, moving on, uh, I earlier showed you one example, right? A complicated JSON file where you could see here I have information starting from organization which has multiple levels of nodes. Okay, let's define our agenda or a requirement that we want to get the information of say design team. Okay, we want to get the information of design team of department development team. Okay, okay, let me rephrase in this way. Now, I have an organization here, Jason. The organization has department. So the department ID, one ID is 001 with the name of development. And if I scroll down, the team, the department 001 has team ID as T011, sorry, 101, which is backend team. And if I scroll again bit more, and I see here that ID, that there is a design team also. So basically, I have two teams. Team one is the development team. Team two is the design team. Okay. Now, only one person is there. Name is Marcus. So his email ID is given, and the location, and this. This is my entire JSON. So I have taken a JSON data of 10th file. I have read the file. Now the next step would be is to deserialize it. Okay. So why did I choose deserialization JSON is that I'm looking into the first character, which is flower bracket. So I'm good to go for uh, deserialization JSON. I'm gonna provide J object as variable. Let's name it as JSON object. We may get confused later with respect to type. Now, what did I say is that we need first, let's do one thing. Let's print out what is the organization name. Okay. So, organization name would be our JSON object dot select token or organization dot name. Okay. Dot toString. Now this should give me the name as, let me go back, name as this name that I should get. Now let's go as a department. So first department that we're gonna deal is design. Before this, let us do one more thing. Environment dot new line. Okay, let me zoom in and this. Okay. Now next statement that I'm gonna give is uh, department name. Okay, So JSON object, same thing, dot select token. Wow. Everything remains the same, but instead of name, let me go back, open this thing. Okay. So organization, inside organization, we have department, right? So department, replace this name with department, but you see this is an array. So this would be my second element, which is zero, which is one. First element is zero, right? So I'll go scroll down now, and then I need name of it. Yeah, I need name of it. So I can print the value. Okay, as a design. So let's just run this too and let's see if we are getting the value or not. We got the informations. If you could see organization and department. That's right. Now, what was the next requirement for us would be is that to get the name of uh, Marcus, sorry, email ID of Marcus, right? So head person email ID. Everything I'll copy. Okay, I'll paste it over here. Now I'll go back to our notepad. So it comes under head again. So replace name with head. And again, this is not a array. This is not an array. So you can place it, you can provide, you don't have to give the square bracket or anything. Just give a dot and then email. So this should give you email ID of Marcus, who works in department design. Got it. Now you got the answer of first couple of requirement. Now let's dive into next part of the requirement, which is print informations related to uh, the let's go back to the backend team. Okay. Now team ID and team name, but the team is under department, right? So let's do one thing. Let's copy everything. What's happening? Copy everything and paste it in here. Next row, right? I'll delete this off and zoom in. Don't need that. Yep. Okay. Now, what do I need? Now, again, I need department name. So the department name would be same thing here. Instead of zero, it would be, sorry, instead of one, it would be zero. I got the department name. Next, I need the team ID, right? So let's copy all these things. Or I think I can copy this one itself. I'll paste it over here. So here, let's go back. Team name I need. So here, team name, organization department, and under department we have teams. So teams, so I need first team information. So 0 and with the name I need. So dot name. Okay. I have done with the team information, getting the name. So let's see. Right, department development and team name, I got it. Right. Now let's go back. let's print the team ID. Okay. Instead of your name, I'll mention it as team ID. Now we are done with all the requirement, but something is wrong, which is here. Is it because of this? Yeah, one space was needed. Anyway, let us run and see. Right. So organization name is so and so. Department name design. Head person name is Marcus. We went for department name development. Team ID we captured backend team name. So that's how you deal with the or you're gonna solve complex JSON data and get fetch informations from JSON data. I hope this is helpful, and do explore more on these solution. And if you have any further questions or anything, don't hesitate to write a comment. That's it for today. And in our next session, we're gonna see how to get the data, or how to parse, or say convert your data table into a JSON, and then vice versa. We'll all understand that in our next session. So until then, stay safe, stay healthy. See you. Bye.